Ladies and gentlemen, I will want to announce that I will be switching to Canon. And just to clarify things, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be on board with Canon. I am going to be still using Sony bodies. I just need to use Canon lenses on Canon bodies in order to get the images that I am requesting for. Now, disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by anyone in this video, so take this video with a grain of salt why I am buying a Canon camera. The Canon camera that I'm buying is the 80D. I have a friend that I met in New York, and we were at my old Japanese workplace when I was in New York. It's called Kenka, and I used to work there. And one day I met him. Fast forward, he wants to sell me his Canon 80D because he knows that I'm on a budget. I have bills, I got expenses, especially here and in Japan. I have expenses, and I even have 2 jobs, and I do things on the side for UW by like teaching English or doing tutoring lessons, etc., etc. And still, that's not enough. Anyway, the point of this video is to just to show you some awareness that this channel has been Sony based, and I kind of want to step off on that because there's too many channels that are Sony based and not enough that are going to be high-end shooters. And the reason why I want to go back into high-end shooting and shooting with different cameras is because I have Canon glass that I'm not even using, and it's time for me to use it, like the IX150. Now, I do have an adapter to Micro Four Thirds, and I can use the Canon glass on Micro Four Thirds. But the problem is that the Micro Four Thirds camera that I have is not working properly for photos. It works properly for video, not for photos. The company, which I'm not going to mention, refuses to fix it with a firmware. I don't know why that is. That's just poor customer service. But let's move on. I digress. With Canon, I know you guys are probably going to say, well, you're going to lose some of the features like focus peaking. No, I'm not, because I'm going to use third-party monitors like I normally do when I do long exposures, astrophotography, light, etc., etc., for getting things in focus. Now, when it comes down to portraits, that is different, because if you guys remember, last year I shot with the Nikon 70D100 with the 50 f1.8 lens, and that was all manually shot. If you haven't seen that video, I will post that video right here. So with that said, everyone, I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm buying the Canon 80D because, for one, it's going to help me draw in an audience, Canon audience, not just Sony artists or audience, Canon audience, because I want this channel to be more diversified and more open to more people, not just Sony based. There's too many Sony channels right now that are too good, and some of them that just don't make sense. The ones I do recommend going for is maybe like, you know, David Oster is one of the Australian photographer. He's here in the States right now, and he's doing amazing things. He's connected with a lot of photographers. He actually has connected with a lot of photographers in so many ways. Go check him out. I'll leave a link to his channel somewhere here. But anyway, I also want to address an ongoing issue. This separation without a foundation within photography. There's a lot of fight battles. There's a lot of, you know, he said, she said. You know what? We are all photographers. We should just enjoy what we have and what we use to order capture moments, because that's the most important part about being a photographer, is capturing the moments. No matter what freaking gear you have, doesn't matter. The gear does not. The label, the brand is only drawing you to a negative direction, meaning separate yourself from the Canon, from the Nikon, from the Pentax, from the Fuji, from, you know, it doesn't make no sense. You guys in the community should even think about this one. When you do that, you're actually dividing the country, dividing the people. You should be inviting the people. You should be inviting people to say, hey, I shoot with Sony, but sometimes I shoot with Canon, or Pentax, or Panasonic, or Fuji. That's what this channel is going to be based on from now on. 2020, new start, new year, new cameras. Focus on Sony and Canon for right now, and the Micro Four Thirds. So that means I have 3 cameras. But I also want to upgrade to using the Canon body for my webcam. Sony's having a little difficult time with the webcam because it kind of, it has this video limitations that you cannot use on autofocus. And the autofocus is left at 160 at f3.5. If I have a Sigma 18-35, I should use that at f1.8 or f2, but I'm not able to do that with autofocus. That's another reason why I'm buying the Canon camera, to order to use 18-35. But anyway, like I said, I got Canon lenses that I need to use, and I want to be more diversified on this channel, but I also want to switch gears and show you guys that I don't need focus peaking to actually get focused when I'm doing portraits, landscapes, long exposures, time lapse. I want to prove to you guys that like focus peaking is not everything. To me, I find that focus peaking had me a little bit lazy sometimes. I'm like, oh, I got focus peaking. It doesn't help me concentrate. It doesn't give me any physical abilities or mental abilities to know when something's in focus when I'm not counting on focus peaking. And that's very important to learn how to be a photographer. You gotta know how to manually focus without focus peaking. If you don't, then you're gonna have problems in the future. You're gonna say, oh, my eye's not that great. That's because you didn't train your eye. When you train your eye for some time and over time, your eyes become much better. But the trick is, always use eye drops before you shoot, and always use eye drops when you are working with a model. Because if her eyes are a little red, you want to use eye drops, wait a few minutes, then proceed with the photo shoot. So, but that's just my experience dealing with models and doing portraits. But yeah, the reason why I'm buying the Canon 80D is because I want to actually just do something different on this channel. If you guys approve of that, let me know down in the comments down below. I know you guys have been looking at this particular thing for about 7 minutes, but I just don't feel like hooking up my camera gear up because I got a lot of things going, and I already packed all my stuff because I'm trying to get out of Madison as fast as possible. And not only that, I'm going to be traveling again, hopefully by summer, so therefore I can bring you Canon and Sony content at the same time and compare image quality, because I think the 80D does match up with the A77 Mark II when it comes to the image quality. We're going to see about that, but who knows. With that said, everyone, this has been the Panda Photographer. If you want to support the channel, please be my guest. If you guys think I'm making a bad decision, switch to Canon, let me know. But I don't think so. This is just my experience dealing with, as a manual shooter, I don't really have a problem shooting with manual lenses, manual focus, manual optics, manual viewfinder. Don't have a problem. But with that said, everyone, eat, sleep, photography, and repeat. And I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys take care. Happy shooting.